Welcome back to another episode of Homebuyer University, and today we want to talk about what we are all most excited to do once we bought a home, and that's give our landlord notice that we will no longer be giving them money each month. However, when is the right time to give that notice? Do you give it too soon, too late? When can you do it? Andrew, give us the rundown. When can you give your landlord notice that you're no longer be giving them money every month?
It is exciting knowing that the day where you no longer have to pay rent ever again is right around the corner. But we don't want to get ahead of ourselves.
So you're telling me that as soon as I have an offer accepted on a house and I know that I'm in contract and I'm going to own a home in 2 to 4 weeks, isn't when I should tell my landlord that I'm not going to be paying them anymore?
No. During a real estate transaction, there is a possibility for things not to go the way that you had originally planned. Let's talk about a few things that could take you off course in your home purchase, but also let's break down when the right time is to let your landlord know that you're moving.
Now, obviously, when you're giving your landlord notice, you want to make sure it's done, sealed, and approved. And the only time that is 100% accurate is when you own that house and have your keys in hand. But oftentimes, we get a little more excited and want to give that notice earlier. But as Andrew said, there are some risks that come with giving it before you close, but it doesn't mean that you can't. So let's talk about things to look out for, as well as when you actually want to pull the trigger on giving notice in a safe way, even if it's not that 100% guaranteed once you have your keys in the hand of that new home. Your home purchase doesn't always fall in line with the contractual time frame that you put forth in your offer. A real estate transaction has a lot of parties involved. It has you, it has the sellers, it has 2 real estate agents, it has title and escrow, appraisal, and hitting those timeframes means that everyone needs to be on top of their individual jobs as well as working together. Oftentimes, one person could end up delaying that escrow process. And so we want to make sure that we have the end of our transaction in sight before we give that notice, because someone might derail those timeframes.
Outside of delays, there are other things that could end up canceling your purchase, including the appraisal coming in low. You might lose your job, unfortunately, or maybe the seller just bites the dust and can't finish the sale. And if the purchase falls apart, you might be putting yourself between a rock and a hard spot, having already given your notice and now not having a place to move into.
So when is the time of least risk that you can actually give your notice while in that purchase transaction? Day one sounds risky, and I don't have the patience to wait till the very end. Where is that sweet spot in that purchase calendar?
At minimum, you want to wait till your appraisal is done, reviewed, and approved, and that you've got final loan approval on your mortgage.
That's a great mile marker to consider putting in your notice to your landlord, but you're going to want to check with your lender and your agents to make sure everything is still running smoothly and according to plan so you can be confident in giving that notice. Now, it might not be that full 30-day notice ahead of time to seamlessly move together at the same time, but you're doing it in a way that's responsible, that's putting you at less risk, and still avoiding paying double rents for as long as you can.